July 9th, 2026, and this is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. KURV is an online brand now. It's Radio Para Mi is the free app. Go find KURV and join us on your smartphone. Producer Freddie Lavas put us on 710 KURV Facebook and YouTube and X Live. You can rewind some of the morning news as well. I'm Sergio Sanchez, show producer Fred Cruz, and Jason Caterina. Right, Freddie? Jason Caterina joining us from AccuWeather momentarily. So there's a move. Somebody is working with this office called the Domestic Names Committee of the U.S. Board on geographic names. There's someone from out of town trying to change the name of Boca Chica Beach, try to call it Cyber Beach. It would be a tribute to Tesla's Cybertruck. A federal committee could vote to change the name of Boca Chica Beach. And some local leaders like Mayor John Cowan and a state representative, other local folks have expressed opposition to that move. City of Mission held their State of the City address. Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza held the State of the City address yesterday. Mission wants to expand its tax increment reinvestment zone to include all of downtown. And also another talking point from the speech, the City of Mission is also expected. They're expecting around $1 million in federal funding to help build a new animal shelter. In the Delta area, Ed Couch Elsa, the school district, has named a lone finalist for the superintendent post. The school board announced that they have selected Rosalba de Hoyos. Ms. de Hoyos had served in various roles at several South Texas school districts. It's 7:08 on News Talk 710 KURV. You may have seen this on Fox News and other online media. It was the governor's office commenting on this. Governor Greg Abbott orders a birth tourism investigation into a hospital here in Mission, Texas. The topic is birth tourism. Got some audio for you, Freddie. In 3, 2, 1. That's right. Okay, here we go.
In a letter, Abbott is accusing Mission Regional Medical Center of luring foreigners to give birth in Texas and secure U.S. citizenship for their babies through a website, HaveMyBabyInTexas.com. That site is down, but Health and Human Services Commission is now probing the so-called birthright tourism packages. Waxahachie Republican State Representative Brian Harrison called for a special session to make it a felony. Abbott said, quote, American citizenship is not for sale, and Texas will not permit our healthcare system to be.
It's 7:09 on the Valley's Morning News. And a reminder, wash your hands before you eat. There's some foodborne illness that's making the rounds.
Cyclosporiasis is an infection caused by intestinal parasites and can come from contaminated food or water. It is seen most every summer, according to health experts, but they add that this year's outbreak is more widespread than usual. Cyclosporiasis often comes from a contaminated batch of produce, though that source has not been pinpointed just yet. Those affected often have explosive bowel movements, along with loss of appetite and typical flu-like symptoms. This can last for weeks if untreated, but is easily managed by antibiotics, so people are urged to see a doctor if they feel unwell. It is important to wash hands while cooking and to wash produce, even if it already says pre-washed on it. Kristen Yates, News Talk 710 KURV.
I think explosive bowel movements is a more acceptable expression than, what was the other one? Explosive diarrhea. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather time. And an AccuWeather meteorologist, Jason Caterina, joining us. Big thank you to Dougie over at Martin Farm and Ranch. You never know what you'll find at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply. Yes, they got hay and feed, and they also got little rabbits and little baby chicks. Say hi to Dougie if you stop by. Meteorologist Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. And hoping to avoid triple digits today, pal. I noticed you put a write-up on possible thunderstorms. So what's the chance of thunderstorms today or maybe tomorrow in the area?
Yeah, again, it's still just a 20-30% chance. Maybe a little bit better today in that we've got a little bit of a trough that's off the coast that's helping to promote a little bit more of that action. But, chances are pretty slim and still mostly toward the shore and along the sea breeze and whatnot. But anything that does pop up's got an awful lot of moisture to work with. So there is that potential for some flash flooding with these things moving a bit slow.
Would be
So
impressive. Well, I hope so. I hope some. If they need it, I hope they get some rain today. So, are we the only place in the state that might have some rain today?
it's pretty dry up in Houston, Dallas, I think San Antonio too. Yeah, everybody's dry.
Tropical update 2026, Caribbean, Yucatan, the Gulf, Atlantic. Anything for us?
Nothing
Anything
on the east side, and stuff is developing on the west side, but not expected to make impact on mainland Mexico, and another one well off toward Hawaii. But the Pacific's definitely picking up right now.
Closer to Mexico or way out?
No.
Okay.
Way off southwest Mexico, and then, like I said, out way off into the east central Pacific there. So,
all right.
Yeah, nothing of interest really.
10-4. Long range forecast is probably going to be quiet on the tropics as well. Okay, so that you're accurate with the forecast for today. Hopefully we can avoid triple digits. Just send the cloud cover, man. Just with a chance of rain, just keep sending clouds. That'd be nice. Get that blanket over us. Highs today 91 to 95, and about Jason said, maybe a 20% chance of rain somewhere. Maybe closer to the coast, right?
Mostly closer more likely toward the coast than anybody else.
Well, all I got is sugar cookies for today, pal. As far as national days, that's it.
I like sugar cookies.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like
frosting on the top.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you dip them in coffee, though, dunk them in coffee, they don't last very long. They just disintegrate, go right into the coffee. And they got all these floaty things that look disgusting.
Create a search and rescue with a spoon.
Yeah, I'll just swallow it. All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina on 710 KURV. Stick around. Coming up at about 7:16, going to share with you a conversation I had with the chairman of the Brownsville Navigation Board, El Tocayo, Sergio Tito Lopez. And they recently had, a few days back, they had the State of the Port conversation, a special dinner, and revealed some of the impressive numbers on tonnage, new industry, and of course on the horizon. Everybody these days talking about Saronic. Saronic is that potential. Again, it's not a done deal. Potential shipyard for the Brownsville port, but things are moving, and they seem to be moving fast. Because you may have heard that Cameron County Commission a few days back provided tax abatements for this. The shipbuilder. It's like they look like speedboats, but they're AI powered. Anyway, the chairman of the Brownsville Navigation District, he's in the thick of it, all these negotiations and other negotiations for more industry at the ports. Amazing times. That's coming up at about 7:16. Time is 7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. An education note for South Texas. One of the state's largest, for Texas, that is, one of the state's largest school systems is being sued over their so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI policy.
A coalition of civil rights groups is suing Texas Tech. They take issue with two directives given by Chancellor Brandon Creighton that sparked content review of courses. Attorney Nicholas Height says the prohibition on course materials that touch on race, sex, and gender identity is so vague that it's chilling classroom speech.
As educators and administrators try to make sense of these nonsensical mandates.
Chancellor Creighton announced last academic year a ban on courses that advocate for race or gender prejudice or mention that more than two genders exist. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
Coming up on 7:15, Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. We'll take another look at the impressive economic happenings at the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Had a conversation with the chairman of the Navigation Board, Sergio Tito Lopez. We might be seeing as many as 10,000 new jobs in the near future. Oh, we're praying for it. So that's next on 710 KURV.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When the work is demanding, you need equipment you can count on and a partner who stands behind it. That's why contractors across Texas and Oklahoma turn to ASCO and Case Construction. From compact track loaders and excavators to a full lineup of light and heavy equipment, ASCO delivers the machines, parts, service, and support to help keep your operation moving. Visit your local ASCO today or go to ASCOEQ.com to explore the full Case Construction lineup. ASCO and Case Construction, built to work, built to last.
In Texas, we pride ourselves on standing tall. But sometimes, even the toughest folks need a hand. If you or someone you know is having a mental health crisis, call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or to chat, visit texas988.org. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to provide confidential support at no cost to you. With 988, you're not alone in the Lone Star State.
Information on your town and your community.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thank you for joining us on the Valley's Morning News. We invite you, program note for next Monday and Tuesday, we'll be conducting KURV in DC Conversations. It's another ambassador broadcast for 2 days up at the nation's capital. We'll be looking at various industries and entities in South Texas doing some advocacy work on our behalf. I want to say thank you to our many, many supporters, and among them is Rio Bank and the Greater Brownsville Economic Development Office. I have the pleasure to welcome back Mr. Chairman, the chairman of the Brownsville Navigation Board. That's from the Brownsville Navigation District, the group leaders that make decisions for the growth management of our Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville and ancillary properties. Chairman Sergio Tocayo Tito Lopez is back on the program. How you been, Tocayo? I understand you had a recent trip to see La Selección.
Yes, I did. I did. It was an awesome experience. I was celebrating my 60th birthday, and so unfortunately they didn't win, but we had a blast.
Happy birthday! Yeah, and anytime you get to
me here.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you making time for us. All right. So one of the big headlines from a few days back was the channel improvement. So do a quick rewind on the history of this and the improvement that was done and where we stand right now, and then what that means for business, future business for us there at the port.
You know, it's an awesome accomplishment. You know, when the port was first created, it was only at 25 feet. You know, the government granted the port $2.5 million to do that, which back then it was a lot of money. Today it's nothing. In 2007, the port did a feasibility study to see if we can deepen our chip channel from 42 feet to 52 feet. Because we knew in the future they were going to start making vessels that were more fuel efficient and bigger so that they could carry more loads in their ships. And so with that, you need to have a deeper draft to bring the new type of vessel. It took us until 2014 to finish the study so that the Army Corps of Engineers could actually approve for us to deepen the channel. But that was the easy part. Okay, the hard part was to actually get the funds to actually do the work, and that's where we were stuck because we could not hinder our constituents with such a large amount of money to be able to do this. So what we did as a strategic port was we went back to the government and we asked them what if we can do a 3P, which is a public-private partnership with one of our tenants, and they approved and they said yes, and fortunately enough, Rio Grande was able to step to the plate. You know, it's an investment that on their end they invested $500 million. I got to give credit to our local congressman, Senator Vicente Gonzalez. You know, he helped us to allot $68 million to that project, and so that's great. I mean, like I said, we and I mentioned myself and Commissioner Reed. I have been here for a while. It's a great experience to finally see something that has taken us a while. I gotta hand it to to our previous port director, our new port director, and all our directors and staff because they were with us to move it forward.
That's quite an investment from the LNG, the liquefied natural gas company that provided a big chunk of that. Okay, so we're done, right? Are you? That's it.
Yeah. We're done with the project. We're done to what we call Dock 15, and that was from the ship, the entrance, all the way to our Dock 15.
Excellent.
To there to 52. From 15 to the turning basin, it goes to 42 and then to 36 feet. But only because for us to have done the 52 all the way to the turning basin, we would have to redesign our existing docks. That's why we did it to Dock 15.
Our chairman for the Brownsville Navigation Board or Navigation District or Port of Brownsville, Sergio Tocayo Tito Lopez, is my guest right now. I find this project fascinating. I know we probably asked this some time back, but I forgot the answer. I mean, how often does you need to redredge, like on the maintenance side? How often do you need to go back and clean up again? And then what happens to all that sand, silt, or cell phones, all the stuff that bikes, the stuff what happens to all that junk that is taken out?
So
where do you put that?
So we have to dredge the channel every year. It's remember it's sand, and every time ships come in, come out, we have hurricanes or whatever you want. Nature takes its toll, so we continually have to be giving it maintenance. When we take the sand out, we have what they're called placement areas. So we have to store the sand in these placement areas, and we store it for future projects. Remember when I said that we were running out of land at the port? We're running out of land. We don't have we have so many projects going on, and I'll mention to you, like maybe you've heard it. It's the guy in the corner selling oranges, and somebody comes and he wants to buy all the oranges, but you can't sell all the oranges. You got to keep some back. In our case, we got to keep some property back for future generations and future commissioners to make those decisions that we're making today also.
That's a good problem to have, don't you think? Okay.
It's an awesome growing pain problem. I'm fortunate and blessed enough to be here to be able to help make those decisions. We're a 5-member board, and they're all highly motivated and intelligent.
Yeah, you and crew working for us to love the valley, live in the valley, to see the transformation taking place.
It's an amazing thing. Yes, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah. The county recently gave its blessing to some abatements to a big manufacturer. That's just one of the potential many good stories near future, which would be an economic explosion. I mean, think about it, like thousands of jobs potentially that would have a ripple effect in the area.
I know it was a hard decision for our fellow county commissioners and the judge, but I thank them for thinking forward. That forward vision. Yes, they stepped up to the plate with that abatement, and it's a little bit over 200 plus. But in turn, we're looking at 10,000 high-paying jobs. That's amazing. It's over $4 billion in investment. That's just one company.
Yeah. Which reminds me, the Texas A&M. There's an education center, training center. You're hosting that, right? The port, or is it nearby, right?
Yes, it's on our property. It's on our property. We did a joint venture with Texas A&M, and they're building I believe it's a $30 million facility.
Nice.
Nice. For technical education. All our high school kids, please, like I said it before, Tocayo, engineering, welding, pipe fitting, anything. They're going to be really good, high-paying jobs.
Yeah, something for mom and dad to remember as you're tuning in right now. I'm driving to work, and you got some wetkos or maybe some grandkids or some nieces and nephews. Tell them to pursue career training and any of the skills that are involved in erecting structures, buildings, the pipes, the electricity, the water, the HVAC systems. Get them in those if they want to make some money soon. Forget all the lofty dreams of basket weaving and jazz dance. They need to actually start to know how to construct something, because we need those jobs, and we need our kids.
and we want our kids to have them.
Yeah.
We don't want to import
Yes, sir.
people from the outside. If we have them here.
And mercifully, it seems like we're still there, right? The overwhelming majority of the jobs, from Elon Musk to the port, we are feeling the valley. I guess people are coming back from the valley.
They're coming back. There's a lot of kids coming back, which is great. They get to grow old with their relatives.
Sergio Tito Lopez, Chairman, Brownsville Navigation Board, catching up to speed with our Port of Brownsville. And I know there was a recent a State of the Port event, a nice get-together and dinner. You want to share some key stats, tonnage, economic impact, things like that you were able to share?
Of course.
Okay.
Tonnage-wise, for 2025, we moved 28 million tons. Of that, almost 900,000 was in dry bulk, 17.6 was in liquid, and 12 million was in whatchamacallit, in break bulk, which is awesome. I mean, that's great. If you look at it, Tocayo, from 2021 to now, we've increased it of more than 101%. That's amazing.
That tonnage number will be will skyrocket, right? As soon as we start exporting.
Yes.
LNG, right, liquefied natural gas.
Yeah, just Rio Grande alone, they say that they're going to be shipping out a ship a day. So you can just imagine.
All right. So when do we see the first ship sail out of here? We're going to have a big party when that happens. When do you think that happens?
We're going to have a big party. I mean, that's going to be an amazing accomplishment. So we're thinking 2029, 2027, 2029.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How many trains have they built over at Rio Grande? After all,
they're right now they're at 5.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's probably thinking of some more in the near future, I suspect. I think I saw some write-ups on that.
Yeah. Between 3 or 4 more. They want to go to 8 or 9 trains.
There was a write-up on that second liquefied natural gas node. What can you tell us about that?
They're close to making their final decision.
Okay.
Technology. This is a smaller. It's a smaller venture, but still, it's going to attract a lot of employment and stuff. And so it's a $6 billion investment. They're going to take over 625 acres, and you're looking at 1,200 temporary jobs and 100 permanent jobs.
Sergio Tito Lopez, Chairman, Brownsville Navigation Board. Back to the State of the Port, the event that you mentioned, tonnage. Anything else related to the tenants, expansion? Anything else that you shared that's worth mentioning to the morning show audience?
Well, I mean, it's you got me. You got to mention the American refinery first. That's an amazing project. That's going to be a huge employment for our community. And then we also have the power ship, what used to be Amphils or Seatrim.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking over 800 more acres. Originally they have about between 800 and 900 employees. They're thinking about expanding with that acreage, and we're looking at about between 900 and 1,200 employees more. So that's like our little sleeping giant. We don't talk about them too much.
Yeah.
But give it a minute.
That's an amazing project. Yes, sir. That's an amazing project. Yes, sir.
To build energy platforms for third and fourth world countries. I mean, that's being built here in Brownsville, Texas, at the port. That's amazing. That's a global.
I'll just drop this one in there because I just saw it the other day. One of the business journals in the area. I apologize. It could have been Steve over at the Guardian. Could have been Roberto. Or maybe it was a former mayor in his journal. Quick mention of car power ship, right? Maybe even getting into an offshore data center business. Go find it. It's a fascinating mention on that. There's so much potential, many branches of growth.
Many branches. Of course, you're aware about the Saronic project.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We're almost there. We're almost there. We're very happy about that.
Like any big project, it's like a domino effect. It'll bring in other like smaller suppliers, and feeder businesses.
Everybody wants and needs to be here. Any big project has to have their vendors and their sub vendors.
Yeah.
You want logistically, you want everybody close by to have what they need.
Yeah. This is the top news hit of the area. We need to talk about this as often as possible. Repeat, like a top 40 hit that people need to know about.
All the time.
Awesome news.
Kids, yeah, kids. Go engineering. I love standing on my soapbox and telling my friends' kids and everybody's kids, Rio Grande Valley, engineering is where you need to be. There's all kinds of technical studies for that.
Continued success, Chairman, and I'm looking forward to our next conversation. Hopefully, maybe it will be the big AI boat builder, that shipyard around the corner. Now that they got some abatements, I'm hoping that we can hear some good news on that very soon. Okay, thank you.
Our pleasure for you to be there with us.
Yes, sir. Well, we're looking forward to it. Our chairman for the Brownsville Navigation Board is Sergio Tito Lopez. Be well, brother.
Thank you, Tocayo. Appreciate it. God bless.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. This is your station for Astros baseball, and we have a sports update up next on 710 KURV. Again, we're also broadcasting at Radio Panamá. Go get that free app.
It's another season of Houston Astros baseball on News Talk 710 KURV.
First pitch and he drives it. Good one. It's out of here.
Your Houston Astros are back, and we've got every weeknight and weekend game. All the hits, all the home runs.
Deep to right field. At the wall. Looking out. See you later.
From pregame to postgame, catch it all season long. Right here. Astros baseball. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. And News Talk 710 KURV.
If your mom or dad or a loved one, they need help at home, daily tasks like bathing, dressing, cooking, some house chores. Healthcare Unlimited helped me with my mom and dad. Healthcare Unlimited has been serving South Texas families since 1990 and is proud to be the highest quality rated home care agency in this entire region. Their trained attendants help clients stay safe and comfortable and independent where they want to be, at home. And if your family needs support, please call Healthcare Unlimited today. A little help at home can make a huge difference.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Dana Lash Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Panamá app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Astros lost the handle against the Washington Nationals last night and couldn't find a comeback. The final score was 8-2. The first two innings went quiet until the Nats got in front with a pair of RBI swings in the bottom third, and it got worse an inning later as Luis Garcia Jr. used a 3-run homer to make the score 5-0 Washington in the fourth. The Astros showed signs of life with RBI single from Bryce Matthews in the fifth. The Nationals would extend their lead to 7 runs in the fifth with 3 RBI swings, and despite a run for Houston in the eighth, Washington would hold on for the win. Houston gets today off before continuing the road trip in Arlington against the Texas Rangers Friday, first pitch set for 7:05. The Texas Rangers couldn't find a way to stop the bleeding last night as the Los Angeles Angels got the win 13-1. The Halo struck early and often with runs in the first, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, and ninth innings. Texas found their lone run from Kyle Higashioka in a pinch hit slot. Now the focus turns to the rubber match of the series tonight. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
After a day off, the World Cup resumes today with the first quarterfinal match. France, seeking their third World Cup title, meets Morocco, which is after its first. Belgium, after eliminating the U.S. this week, plays Spain tomorrow. Baseball action yesterday was highlighted by a near no-hitter. Toronto's Dylan Cease took a no-no into the ninth, but it was broken up with a single by the Giants' Elliot Ramos. Cease settled for a one-hitter as the Blue Jays won 10-0. Detroit Tigers legend Justin Verlander is retiring. Verlander, out since April with a hip injury, says this is his last season. He's been added to the All-Star roster as a Legends pick. I'm Matt McCoy.
Over 30 million viewers, Freddie. Fox saying that more than 30 million people tuned in to watch the U.S. versus Belgium World Cup game, right? And, of course, it started at around 30-plus million and took a nosedive after a couple of goals, I'm sure. Here's 710 KURV exclusive AccuWeather forecast. We're hoping to avoid triple digits, maybe get a bit more cloud cover today, maybe closer to the coast. We got about a 20% chance of rain, thunder shower activity. And let's see who gets it. And likely will be Mid-Valley and closer to the coast. Border Bridge wait times, and you have to go to the CBP website for that. But let me see if I can give you the update. Border Bridge wait times and B&M in Brownsville. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still slow going. I checked the 6 o'clock numbers, and it was slow going. 10 to 15 minutes at the Brownsville bridges. It's actually 20 minutes at the Veterans Bridge. And for Hidalgo County, the main one, Hidalgo Bridge, not bad, 15 to 20 minutes. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Hope you can find us on your smartphone. You and I do everything on smartphones. Well, go find KURV. I love you. I thank you. So does Freddie. Freddie loves you too, and he thanks you for listening on 710 AM radio. No, you don't love them, Fred? You like them. You don't love them. That's a very strong word. Okay. Find us at Radio Para Mi and listen on your smartphone. Business news, Jacob, your money up next.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you want to keep your storefront as it is, well, that's your business. If you want a beautiful new storefront, now that's our business. With Refresh 50/50. Refresh 50/50 is the City of McAllen's grant program that offers up to $25,000 in matching funds to beautify your storefront. Refresh 50/50 provides funds for improvements like new doors and windows, exterior paintings and art projects, and repair or removal of old signs and awnings. Add new lighting to enhance your storefront, install permanent landscaping, or finally repair roofs, stucco, and other parts of your exterior. The City of McAllen increased Refresh 50/50 grants to $25,000 to help more small businesses grow. Over 100 McAllen businesses have been helped. Restaurants, retail, and more. Let us help you. Contact the City of McAllen Office of Retail and Business Development at 681-1001 or apply at refresh5050.com.
There was an example in news out of New Jersey, and it was some big box store, a big name. It surprised me to see it was a big name. It was like a big box store, like a national recognized grocery chain, something like that. And you can see the video, an old woman shopping around, going from, I guess, the apple section to the banana section, something like that. She's moving around. And then, boom, from the sky falls. It's the roof caves in because of nasty thunderstorms, the thunder shower activity outside. Heavy rain, a pool of rain at that store. And you could see on video surveillance, she, thank God, obviously she survived. She didn't get hit by this thing, but man, she would have been on the other section where the peaches were, or whatever that was. Oh, Lord only knows. It was like a tsunami of water hitting the store because the roof came down. I'm telling you this because that's just the latest example of a business manager, business owner. And again, I'll say the manager because this seemed to be a nationally recognized chain that it happened to. Prevent that. Man, you don't want something like this happen. Roof caving coming down at you because you don't see it. It's out of sight. It's out of mind. Get it inspected. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. I want you to call them for a absolutely free inspection, expert inspection, a company that's been around almost 130 years. All these teams at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, they cross-train. They know all the different materials and types of commercial roofing systems. They know what they're talking about. They know where the weak spots are. Find them. That way you know what to do in your future and prevent the roof collapsing down on you. All that water, all that weight, all that danger, destroying your work, and God forbid, hurting somebody really, really bad. Chamberlain Roofing, waterproofing, free, absolutely free inspection of your commercial roofing systems. What are you waiting for? Get it done. 956-655-6178.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. SpaceX closed below its debut trading price of $150 for the second day in a row. Elon Musk's aerospace and defense contractor was included in the NASDAQ 100 index on Tuesday. The record IPO in June raised a total of $85.7 billion after underwriters exercised the green shoe over allotment. Meta is building its first big Canadian data center in the province of Alberta, an attractive spot for development due to the hefty amount of available energy and friendly regulatory environment. The 1 gigawatt facility will cost Meta about $9 billion and take 2 to 3 years to build. Meeting minutes say that Fed policymakers were split on the future of interest rates at their June meeting, with officials offering competing cases for hikes or cuts. The summary also provided little information on where policymakers stand for the future, noting that decisions would be made based on incoming information. Stocks are mixed as chip stocks rise and as traders assess tensions in the Middle East. That's your money now.
No surprise here. New government report showing jet fuel costs increasing this year. The fares for the airline fares are up an average 20%. And fewer Americans than expected found themselves applying for first-time unemployment benefits last week. The latest numbers from the Labor Department. AccuWeather says low to mid-90s, 20% chance of rain, maybe closer to the coast today. Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on News Talk 710 KURV, also at Radio Para Mi, the free app. Your mom and dad are happy at home. They just want to be left alone, but they need help. I'm there with you, man. Tercos, necios, like little kids. They're so cute. My mom and dad, oh, thank you, Jesus, for my parents. They're so cute. Hey, they get all grumpy. No, quiero ir, doctor. I don't want to go, doctor. No, okay, fine. I don't need anybody. I can do my own. Yeah. Days and days go by, and they're not cooking any food, and they're not cleaning up the place. Yeah. Healthcare Unlimited. HCU, they were part of that team I was able to put together. These are godly people, wonderful people. Healthcare Unlimited, you can trust your parents to them. They can be part of that team that can help mom, not only check up on them, but make sure they're taking the medicines, do the daily stats, sugar in the blood, and blood pressure, all those things that they need, but also clean up the house a bit and prepare a meal for them. Make sure that they get a shower, a bath, right? Clean them up. Make sure they don't smell like viejillo or viejilla. Get them all some nice shampoo and things. Get them all cleaned up and manicured. Yeah, that's Healthcare Unlimited. They have a special heart, and I am so grateful that they were part of my life. I don't get to call them much anymore because my mom and dad are with the Lord now, but they were part of that team, and they're just wonderful, beautiful people. You're not alone in taking care of mom and dad at their home. They want to be at home? Fine. Call Healthcare Unlimited, 956-994-9911.
Here you go, Dad.
At LSNB, we build strong foundations on values that matter.
And business practices you can rely on.
Investing in education.
Volunteering in the communities we serve.
And fueling our region's economy.
For over 40 years.
Our mission has been supporting area businesses.
We are LSNB.
Donating more money to more causes than all other area banks combined.
Here, in a place we call home. We are LSNB.
The Valley's Bank.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
bumper-to-bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It is the Pulse of the 956. This is News Talk 710 KURV. You also find us at Radio Para Mi. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. You and family, appreciate you tuning in. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina changing up the forecast a bit. He says we might see a thunderstorm somewhere in South Texas. Low chance, got about a 20% chance of rain. And as a result of the cloud cover, hopefully we keep temperatures 91 to 95 only. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. It's day 2 of the new strikes in Iran by the U.S. military.
Targeting military infrastructure in southern Iran, also coastal Iran. These strikes have been described as more aggressive than the initial wave that we saw earlier this week, sparked by attacks on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
That's Fox's Alexandria Haw for the White House. The music world in mourning. Bonnie Tyler topped the charts with that epic plus other hits. Tyler dies at the age of 75. The gravelly voiced Welsh pop star had been in a Portugal hospital since May 26 for emergency surgery and placed in a medically induced coma. She was 75. America's listening to Fox News.
Texas Tech Chancellor Brandon Creighton facing a federal lawsuit by some faculty over restrictions on how professors can discuss gender identity and race and sexual orientation.
The lawsuit focuses on 2 memos sent by Creighton last year, claiming they violate the First and 14th Amendments. The first banned content about race or sex superiority.
So because of this guidance, a constitutional law course at the Texas Tech Law School had to censor content about the Dred Scott decision, which is a seminal constitutional law case.
Antonio Ingram is senior counsel with the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. The second memo from Creighton ordered universities to cut all academic degrees dealing with sexual orientation and gender identity. Faculty groups claim the system suppresses professors' constitutionally protected speech and obscure documented history. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
If you're driving a Ford, they are recalling over 177,000 vehicles. It's a trio of defects.
The recall includes 2024 to 2026 Mustangs and 2025 to 2026 Mustang GTDs for a windshield wiper issue. Mustang Mach-E's model years 2021 to 2023 have a risk of a pinion shaft fracture. And the 2024 to 2027 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid and Explorer Hybrid could suffer from a software error that can cause the pedestrian warning to malfunction. Dealers will make repairs free of charge. I'm Michael Kastner.
Thank you for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. How you doing, Maestro? Keep going? Okay, all right, thank you. There's a new initiative that aims to put more teachers at the center of shaping the future of Texas public education.
Governor Abbott says he's launched the Texas Classroom Commission, which plans to bring teachers together to create recommendations for their classrooms. These can be for student success, learning retention, or classroom environment. The commission is meant to put this information together ahead of the next state legislative session starting in January. State leaders have touted the recent investments made in Texas public education and say they want to empower teachers to help make decisions to benefit students long term. The Texas Classroom Commission consists of both active and retired public school teachers and will start its work in the weeks to come. Kristen Yates, News Talk 710 KURV.
And according to the Wall Street Journal and the WSG and North Pole, they find that Americans are losing faith. The numbers are going down when it comes to capitalism and democracy. Americans say that capitalism is working very well. The poll finding that half of Americans say, just under half of Americans say that capitalism is working very well or somewhat well, down from 60% about 10 years ago. And around 1 in 3 Americans are fairly sure that the country offers the opportunities for good jobs and the American dream. Well, that could be very easily taken care of. We send some people overseas to other places. Oh, and by the way, You don't like your capitalism? Yeah, give up your expensive coffee and your tablets and your phones before you leave. Yeah. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. You and I can connect on social media, YouTube, Facebook, X. You can rewind like the morning news conversation there as well. Also at Radio Para Mí, the free app.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on severe recurring headaches.
Headaches are very common and have many different causes. They range from being a nuisance to severely incapacitating, where the headaches are interfering with family, work, and enjoying life. If your headaches have become severe and occur 15 days or more a month, a new FDA treatment I have may help you. Botulinum toxin, or Botox, is now FDA approved for the treatment of migraine headaches. Botox is applied to specific target areas that have been mapped after years of research to be triggers of migraine headaches. This treatment is safe, office-based, and is covered by most insurances, including Medicare. Botox not only makes you look better, but now, in my office, in under 15 minutes, Botox can make you feel better. Patients are amazed by the pain relief. They wonder why they waited so long to be feeling better at last.
Learn more about feeling better at last by signing on to feelingbetteratLast.com or call Dr. Slavin 973-0565.
If you've been in a car accident, then you better get ready for a fight. You need a force for justice. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm. No other law firm in the Valley has more offices, more resources, and reaches more people every day for over 20 years, fighting for the people of the Valley. 1-800-CAR-CRUSH. The J. Gonzalez Law Firm. A force for justice.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Exercise your brain. Stay tuned to 710 K.